Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Trading. I am Gara, and today we're going to be doing a weekly prediction and analysis for NIO stock. Before we begin, guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Also, keep in mind I am not a financial advisor. I only make these videos for educational purposes, so just keep that in mind. So let's just start right away with this analysis for NIO. We can clearly see NIO is going to the downside. There has been some bearish catalysts. There has been some kind of dilution, with the senior notes. We also have the fact that in China right now, there's more of a lockdown coming in parts of the state. So that is having a negative impact. And not only that, there are a couple Chinese companies that are now officially kind of banned from being bought, as you cannot buy these stocks anymore in the United States, including Xiaomi. So that had a very negative impact on Chinese stocks that are that you can also get in the USA. So these things together caused NIO stock to go down. Now I think we're most probably going to be bouncing back initially. We're going to fill the gap even to the $60 potentially. Then we see resistance, and we probably go to the downside again, filling the gap downside again to the 55, potentially all the way to the $54, $53 range before bouncing back to the 58, 56. So we're going to be stuck in this bearish channel for now. It's looking really rough because we don't have a catalyst. We had NIO Day, we had earnings, deliveries, etc. That's in the past. We're now looking forward to the next delivery day, which is going to be the beginning of February, which is still going to be a couple weeks ahead of us. So we're going to have to wait for that. Until then, we're going to see sideways consolidation to the downside, potentially reaching $52, $51 at some point. So definitely looking bearish on the short-term time frame. But we're going to have to look at the midterm and long-term time frame. So let's do exactly that right now. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, you can clearly see we've seen a lot of negativity on the MACD. We've been going down for more than a week, and I think we're going to be crossing here to the upside just like that, which could potentially mean we were probably going to rally just like this to the upside, fill the gap to the $61, and top out right here, looking something like that, and then coming down properly back to the 56, potentially $55 before bouncing again right here, just like that. So that is currently what I'm seeing on the 1 hour time frame, just casually going down to the 54, and we just remain in this bearish kind of trap. We're stuck in it. We briefly escape to the 58 potentially, and then we come down all the way to the 52, where we bounce off for deliveries, potentially skyrocketing to above $60 there. But for now, definitely going to see a period of sideways consolidation. I don't see any catalyst. There's nothing going on at this moment. Maybe the inauguration of Biden is going to make us go up even more than what I drew. So the reason I drew us going upwards here is because the MACD does seem like it's going to cross, and we also have the inauguration happening in the US, which could be a bullish catalyst in itself for EV stocks and green energy stocks throughout the world. The RSI moving up like this, kind of in that kind of fashion, and it's definitely going to look, I would say, bearish neutral for a while before we see any change, which would happen at the end of the month. So what I'm sort of expecting for the 4 hour time frame is that we would see the movement that we talked about, something like this, and gradually we start rallying for deliveries. We spike up a little bit, come back down to the 58, sort of move sideways here again, and then gradually for earnings, we start going up towards the 70s, maybe even the 75 at some point, but then we top out and we sell off massively to the downside. So that is what I'm currently seeing for NIO stock on the 4 hour time frame, which would roughly look a little bit like this on the MACD. Let me just draw it out. And kind of move in this fashion. So the RSI would be looking a little bit like this. So in theory, this move could definitely be neglected if the markets are going down. But I think the markets are going to be pretty sweet. And so yeah, I'm expecting it to go to the $70 to about $75 range for earnings. But then after that, we quickly sell off to back to the $55, potentially even lower than that, because of March being a relatively negative month for NIO stock. So on the daily time frame, we can properly see that we're selling off, that the MACD is coming down, about to be crossing here, which would most likely look a little bit like this on the price initially. So the price would come back up a little bit and then come back down, fill the gap right here to the 54 or 53, potentially to the 52, then bounce for deliveries, which could take us back to the 60s and above, where we gradually consolidate and go sideways again, potentially just like that. And then we see another push for earnings going to the $70, topping out, and then probably coming down. That would look a little bit like this on the MACD. So something like that, and the RSI would look a little bit like this. So after earnings, I'm expecting a huge dip to the downside, going to the $50 and below. So it's definitely going to be very wise to, I would say, not be in NIO stock around March, because that's the worst month. At April is actually, could be even worse than that. It's cyclically because of the fact that demand starts to falter. It's not a really good quarter. Especially considering the fact that we just recently had the holiday season. So that's why I would say it's better to not be holding NIO stock in March, mainly because historically speaking, NIO stock doesn't perform that good in March. So yeah, that was the daily chart. Let's go to the 30 minutes. All right, so on the 30-minute time frame, after having looked at every single time frame, I think what we're going to see next is we'll probably consolidate a bit, then bounce off to the $61, see some resistance, come back down, back to where we were at the $57, $56, see another bounce, try to move above the 60s, fail, come down all the way to the $55, and then kind of consolidate in this range, but then still go down to the $52, $53, and then after that bounce heavily for deliveries. So right now, this is what I'm still expecting from NIO stock, for us to remain in this bearish channel. We're kind of going to be stuck for a while. MACD is going to move in this kind of fashion. Let me just draw it again. I'm going to cross initially, kind of move like that on the MACD. That is only temporary. I think it's definitely going to see a comeback for the deliveries. There's going to be a lot of hype for that. So that's definitely what I'm looking into. Keep in mind, if the delisting news keeps on accelerating, then that could be negative. But because Biden is going to be coming into the administration, it might be, lifted off. And also, if the lockdowns worsens, then we will definitely go down even further than the $52, $53 range right here. But for now, this is fine as it is. This is what I think will be happening for NIO stock. I hope you enjoyed this weekly prediction. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the Lucid merch. It's in the description, along with the Patreon, where you can get early access, buy and sell signals, and consultations. So check that out as well. Links are in the description for that. We have a Discord community and social media. Guys, I hope you have an awesome and a happy Martin Luther King Day. I'll be seeing you very soon when the markets are open. So till next time.